The World Cup is just a soccer tournament, they say, and soccer is just crazy people running after a ball. That's what you usually hear from some non-soccer fans. To give an idea to those who don't know, the World Cup is a competition that happens every 4 years where 32 of the best teams from around the world come together to dispute the title of the world's best soccer team for the next 4 years. You may say, I don't find anything interesting besides that it's a soccer competition. Today I'm going to talk about how during the World Cup, national tensions fade away, the economy changes, and new issues emerge. First, as we already know, our world is full of issues and controversies, and some of our nations are in war with one another. The World Cup unites all people leaving their differences aside, for example, race, gender, culture, or nationality. Meaning that it ends discrimination because everyone from the same country unite to support their teams. Also, even if their team gets disqualified, some supporters of one nation support other nation who they may have ties with or neighbors country. Also, during the 1998 World Cup, because the US and Iran were drawn in the same group, it helped ease political tensions between the two that could have ended into a tense situation. The fact that these two countries were drawn in the same group during that time scared the World Cup officials because they feared that the World Cup games between these two teams could have ended up being a good scenario for surprise attacks. But at the end, nothing happened. And many have said that a 90-minute game did more than a politician in 20 years. Another aspect of the World Cup is that it can give opportunities for economic growth. Since billions of people watch this event either on TV or in person from all around the world, many companies like Coca-Cola, Nike, and Adidas have taken advantage of this, and they have sponsored this event so they can earn the right to use the World Cup logo in their advertisement to target their audiences. And according to 2014 World Cup stats, $2.4 billion were added to the global advertisement industry during this World Cup, where China was the biggest beneficiary, followed by other nations. Also, US programming earned about $319 million in pre and post game coverage, and also earned about $260 million in game coverage. But the biggest impact is that the World Cup can transform a whole nation's economy, especially the one who hosts it. For example, during the 2018 World Cup, since it took place in Russia, the Russian economy gained $300 billion to boost his nation's GDP between 1.62 trillion rubles. The World Cup in Russia also generated 30,000 jobs in the construction industry, and in general it earned 222,000 jobs for Russia as a whole. Also, tourism in host cities increased to about 71%, and in nation terms it increased 57%. But everything about the World Cup is not good things or fantabulous things like ending wars and bringing nations together. For example, the next World Cup is scheduled to take place in Qatar, and since it was announced, it has been one of the most controversial World Cups since people believe Qatar's sustainability is not enough to host the World Cup. It's believable that Qatar has to build 7 new stadiums and reburnish the Khalifa International Stadium in order to satisfy the FIFA standards. Another issue that comes with this is that since new stadiums needs to be built, recently more than 100 workers have died in construction sites in the stadiums. Also, another issue that comes with it is that since now the world is in a pandemic dealing with the virus of COVID-19, officials from the World Cup believe that the World Cup could either be moved from its original date to take place at the end of 2022, so the stadiums can function 100%. Then, if not, they will take place in the same date. However, they would operate at 30% capacity, meaning that 12,000 fans will be socially distanced in a 40,000 seated stadium. Another thing that the FIFA is trying to do is to also implement safety protocols in the stadium to make sure everybody's safe. For example, sanitize the stadiums after games. In conclusion, I have talked to you about how the World Cup and political tensions and a civil war, how Russia's economy was drastically changed during the World Cup of 2018, and how industries and TV, for example, generate millions of dollars thanks to the World Cup. I have also discussed new issues that come with it, for example, to the nation that is hosting the next World Cup. Thanks to the World Cup, national tensions have been resolved. The economy has been transformed. New challenges have emerged thanks to this. And now I can tell to a non-soccer fan that the World Cup is not just a soccer tournament where people make fool of themselves to running around for a ball.